Hey, what's up, guys? Excuse the crunching in the background. But I thought I'd take a few minutes today, knock the cobwebs off my EcoZoom rocket stove here, and although I don't plan on getting too crazy when it comes to what I'm cooking, yay. But all I really need is a handful of twigs, and I got some of these here. These are just cotton balls that I put in Vaseline, mixed them all up. If you're not familiar with that, it's a great way to start a fire. I'm going to use that to get this going, and then we'll see about how long it takes to boil a pot of water and cook up some ramen noodles in it. And if you've never seen one of these, I'm just going to real quickly gloss over and say that these things are pretty handy because it takes very little wood to get them going and to cook your entire meal, versus, say, starting a big old fire, which of course is going to cook better and be more entertaining, but it's going to take you a lot of wood. And if you don't have a lot of wood in your area, these are good to have. Or check out my I think it was the first video I ever made. That'll teach you how to make one out of bricks or even a Dakota fire pit. But with all that said, I'm gonna go ahead and get this started and see what we can do here. All right, guys, as you can see, I just got a handful of little twigs and some junk, and we're gonna grab one of these cotton balls and kind of try to be careful. Open this guy up a little bit. Really need this guard right now, because right now I'm just starting off with some small stuff. This bottom port's just for air, so you don't want to put anything down there. We'll let that go and feed her up a little bit. Let's see if we can get this puppy going. Oi. Always gotta have one, don't you? Always goes for the driest, too. Butthead. Get some in there and get her going a little bit. Otherwise, I'm going to grab some water. We'll be right back. Alright, we're back. We'll go ahead and set the water right on there. And we'll give it a few minutes and see how long it takes to get our water boiling. Real quick, guys, while I got this going, again, one of the things I like about this is that it takes very little wood to cook your food. It pays to have firewood as one of your preps. As you can see, that I actually used 2 of the cotton balls to get this started. The first one didn't have enough Vaseline to really get it going. I say that because the cotton balls are gone like that. So if you do those, it's a learning experience for myself. Make sure you get enough Vaseline in there that you get them soaked. And that's why doing this stuff ahead of time is actually pretty handy. But if you have everything you need, like the Vaseline and the cotton balls, it'll work out. Otherwise, just gonna hang out and see how long it takes to get this boiling, and then see how long it takes us to cook up our ramen noodles. This right here is why it pays to practice. Wood's not real dry. It's windy and it's cold, so good to do this once in a while, make sure it's gonna work. As you can see, guys, I got her going pretty good now. Let me readjust my camera. Going pretty good down there. I see a decent flame coming up. I don't know if you can see, but there's definitely some stuff floating around in my water. My camping gear has a lid, and I am gonna say that lid's gonna come in real handy when it comes to cooking, especially if I needed to on this on a regular basis. But yeah, you might be able to see there's a little steam coming off, so she's warming up. A couple more minutes. It did take a little longer to get, there we go, it took me a little longer to get the fire going good enough to really get it cooking. But bear in mind, it's, well, what is today? March 29th, and it's barely 30 degrees, so you know, it's still chilly and wet. You know, while I'm at it, isn't it funny how we just have all these weird streaks? Just a little side note. I say that because of, you know, oh, I wish I could zoom, because there's one laying one right across all the way across the sky as we speak. Thanks a lot, buddy. Just what I wanted. Shouldn't be but another minute or two, and I'll get those ramen in there. And not the most exciting meal. I thought about getting my Wise food out, but I don't have any of my packets open right now. Each one's 4 servings, so I'm one dude. Truthfully, I'd rather wait. I've had them before. Again, I just mentioned I have Wise food. There's way better food out there. I don't necessarily suggest Wise food. It was easy and cheap for me to get, and it's still pretty good. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying it's not necessarily the best one out there. Actually, Mountain House is probably one of my favorites, simply because of what they have to offer. The eggs with all the stuff in the eggs, it can be really good. That's one of my favorites. See, I don't get that kind of stuff. I get oatmeal, and you get the dinners, but the breakfasts are pretty lame. But you think I'm gonna complain if that's all I got? I know I won't. Ray. He's actually boiling. Don't forget to get your flavor packet out of there. Now I'm going to break it up a little bit, because I didn't put a whole lot of water in. No, you can't have any. Watch out. And I got my little fork. Yeah, she's cooking. It's working all right. It'll do the trick. Let her go for a few minutes and be time to eat. It's been a while since I've used this. Trust me guys, I'm not an expert, but like I said, you can build one of these. You can dig a hole and do the same thing. You just want to make it a small hole. Shoot. These little guys are about done. And ultimately, guys, that's all you got to really do is boil water when it comes to a lot of foods. Take the Wise food, for example. You boil the water, and then you pretty much just add the water to the food and let it sit. These you have to cook for a couple of minutes, but when I say a couple minutes, they only took a couple minutes. 3 minutes is what they say on the package. Might have taken a little longer than that just because I'm not on the highest heat, but it worked. Get a little flavor in there, although I'm not gonna lie, I don't usually add a whole lot of the flavor packet. Ooh, that was probably more than I wanted. Yeah, be all right. And I'm sure you can see that steam coming off of there, so. Oh yeah. Now, I'm gonna get these guys off of here actually. Let this cool down. Fire's down pretty good. Actually, that worked out pretty good. Wish I would have used some drier stuff off the get-go, but yeah, you know, you use what you got. I do have some firewood stacked up and a axe and whatnot. A little hatchet that I can cut it down to size to split it to get it in here. See how these turned out. Yeah, they could actually use another minute. But there you have it, guys. Get a quick look at how to use the EcoZoom. I didn't really use my grate here, but that's of course to, that way if you do have long sticks, you can just stick them in there and the rest hangs out. You just keep pushing them in as you go. I have just a hair more of that too. But you know, before I go, I am going to say that, you know, if you've ever been a camper, you know that a lot of even gas stations and certain areas just sell those little bundles of campfire wood. Well, if that's all you can get your hands on, have a few of those bundles around.
no, you don't necessarily need those big logs to cook, but if you got a little, even if you had a hammer and chisel or any kind of a hatchet, axe, anything that you can just split them up into little pieces so that then they can fit in here, you're all set. So food for thought. Shoot, I even bring up having alcohol or even plenty of cooking oil, because even stuff like that can burn. Now, are you going to cook a meal over cooking alcohol? No, but it can help with candles and stuff like that. So helps to be resourceful, guys. Here's a perfect example. Right now I got some butter sticks in my refrigerator that, to be honest with you, I thought they're pretty close to going bad. I won't say going bad. They're pretty close to their expiration date. I won't throw them away. If you didn't know, that butter with a piece of toilet paper, you jam that toilet paper down inside of that butter, light it, and you basically just made you a decent sized candle. Don't throw that stuff away. That's all I'm saying. The other thing I'm saying is that I'm going to eat. Not too bad. Like I said, guys, would you really be complaining? I'm eating. That's all that matters. All right, guys, real quick. I just want to mention that two things I just learned. One, make sure you have good dry wood that's semi-solid, because it's got to last for a minute. And two, I made those cotton balls with the Vaseline. I got to add more Vaseline. I didn't put enough to them. Both of which were learning experience. Hope you got something out of this too. And if you didn't, then my recommendation would be get out and do whatever preps it is you think you might need to know. Practice makes perfect, right? So as usual, guys, I'm gonna leave this right here, and I hope you're all doing well, and as usual, I hope to talk to you again soon. Ray wants to say goodbye too. Her the go girl.